welcome to our Keep Showing Up online Bible study. My name is Melissa Taylor, and I am here with my lovely co-host, Lisa Allen.
Hi, Melissa.
Hi, Lisa.
I'm excited to be with you today.
I'm so excited that you're here too, because we have co-hosted one of these things before.
We did.
It's been a while, like a couple of years.
Yes, and it was a spoof on Kathy Lee and Hoda, right?
We were.
From the Today Show?
Yes. So we were like the Kathy Lee and Hoda of the Today Show, but here we are hosting Keep Showing Up online Bible study.
So excited.
And I am really, really glad that all of you have decided to join us. Okay, just look where we are. Have you guys noticed we're not exactly just sitting at the Proverbs 31 office today?
It's gorgeous.
It's
Look
so
at
beautiful.
The sequins and the sparkles on the gowns.
Yeah.
I love them.
It's been a long time since I've been at a bridal shop.
Me too. It's kind of fun, isn't it?
I know. It makes me want to plan my wedding all over again.
Yes,
Maybe
me
not,
too.
but yes. Well, we're going to be joining you each week from this bridal shop, kind of just to get us in the wedding and marriage mode, because that's exactly why we are gathered together.
I'm so excited.
To work on ourselves as wives. And Lisa and I have some friends joining us here for the study, and we are so happy that you all are here. And I want all of us to introduce ourselves and tell your name, how long you've been married, and why you are excited about this study. Okay, I'll go first.
Okay.
All right. My name is Melissa. I've been married to Jeff for 29 years, and what I am most excited about is a little selfish, y'all. I'm glad to do a marriage study that's just for me. You know, I get to focus on myself. I don't have to worry about Jeff or what he's doing, but I actually can just work on myself as a wife, and I'm excited about that.
Well, Melissa, I'm Lisa Allen, and my husband Bill and I are approaching 30 years this June of marriage.
That's great.
I know, right? But I'm similar to you. I'm excited that I get to work on myself, because I have noticed for 30 years when I try to change Bill, that never goes well. And so, but when I can work on me, so I'm real excited about seeing what God has in store for me.
Fabulous. What about you guys?
Well, I'm Wendy Blight, and I am married to Monty and have been married for 32 years in May. I also have a daughter getting married on May 4th this year, which is very exciting, so it's fun to be in this bridal shop. And what I'm really most excited about is just breathing fresh life into my marriage, just to learn some great tools to do that.
Right, that's great.
Well, my name is Jessie, and I've been married for 4 months.
She's our newlywed.
I'm a newlywed, basically an expert on all things marriage.
Of course.
And I'm just super excited to get to set up my marriage for success with this study.
And I'm excited to introduce Karen Eman, who is the author of Keep Showing Up. And Karen, as you introduce yourself, what is it that made you write this book about marriage right now?
Okay, well, I'm Karen. I'm married to Todd, my college sweetheart. We got married, I think, the same year that you did, because we're 32 years too.
Oh, wow.
And I wrote the book really for 2 reasons. Both because I need it myself, like I need this advice, because marriage for me has not always been easy, and sometimes I need to quick get my Jesus on before I interact with my husband, so I needed the advice myself. Now it's all in one place, so that's good. But then I also wrote it because I know one thing that has helped me so much in my marriage is having friends close by in my real life circle who encourage me to keep showing up and keep doing the hard work, and they pick me up when I'm down, and I do the same thing for them. And I know a lot of women don't have that. So I wanted to be that friend on the page that came alongside them and said, keep going, keep showing up, you can do it.
Love that. That's great. Well, and as someone who has already read this book, I can tell you, Karen, that you achieved your purpose. Because that's exactly what we get. And one of my favorite things, I don't know if you guys noticed this as you started reading, but one of my favorite things as I was reading this is when I read it, I hear you reading to me, because I've known you for a long time. And this book is full of these little things I have titled Karenisms. Yes, Karenisms. And really what they are, it's like Karen writes, and as she's writing, you can tell her brain is thinking of something else, or her brain might go elsewhere, and she actually puts that in parentheses for us to enjoy. So I'm just gonna share one, but they're all throughout the book. So just look for them, but they're really good. So you kind of know what she's trying to say in her message, but also then what she's kind of thinking in her head too. All right, so in one chapter in this book that you will read in a few weeks, Karen is at a local coffee shop, and she observes this, I'm guessing, this cute young couple, they come walking in and they sit close to her, so she kind of has the advantage to be able to hear what they're saying. But listen to what she says. She says, what struck me most about the way the young lovers were on their best interpersonal behavior, they spoke kindly to each other. Yes, I eavesdropped. I couldn't help it. The cafe was tiny and their voices were really easily heard. And then she continues on with the story about this young couple.
So fun.
And I just cracked up. And I love that. You have those little things all through.
Do you know why I do that?
Tell me why.
Because I don't type my books. I speak them to my, I started to say typewriter, that shows how old I am, to my laptop. And so I just don't have a lot of filters, so it all just comes out and it gets, my editor doesn't take it out, so it's just in there.
No, I love it. Keep doing that. Because I think
Karenisms.
Yes,
Okay.
I love the Karenisms.
I do too.
Okay, so you guys, do you want to know what's happening in our study this week?
Yes.
I bet you do, right? All right, well, we have gathered a dream team of leaders to take you through the Keep Showing Up online Bible study. We have study leaders that are married as little as 4 months, all the way up to almost 50 years. So just a vast range of perspectives and seasons of life that I think are really gonna add a lot. And hopefully you can find yourself somewhere along their stages of marriage as well. But what they're going to be doing on our blog is bringing you encouragement and just kind of saying, hang in there, stick with it this week, and guiding you all through the study. And this week, our study leader is Anna Curran. And Anna's going to be leading us on the blog, so you have that to look forward to this week. Anna has been married to Ben for 6 years and lives in Richmond, Virginia with 3 girls, all under the age of 4.
Goodness.
Can we say a little stress on the marriage just with that alone?
Wow.
A great gift, but yeah, that would be tough. But we're so excited to hear from Anna.
Anna, for real, is the best. I can't wait to hear from her this week. And then this week, we're actually starting something brand new that we're doing with this study, and it's a challenge per week, so it gives us something to focus on every single day through the study. So Karen, will you give us that first challenge?
Sure. The week 1 challenge is this. It's pretty simple to remember. Keep showing up in your marriage. Recommit to keep showing up. And in order to help you do that, we have actually typed up a little pledge, and I'm going to read it to you right now. It says this, the Keep Showing Up Marriage Pledge. It all comes down to you and Jesus. He sees your heart. He knows your motives. He feels your sorrows and shares your suffering. You will not be held responsible for the conduct of your spouse, only for your behavior. So, here it comes. Will you dare to love, serve, and sacrifice, doing it only for an audience of 1? Will you continue to do the hard relational work of marriage regardless of how your husband responds? Will you apologize earnestly when you behave poorly and forgive fully when you are the one who is wronged? Will you be willing to wipe the slate clean, keep showing up and showing Christ, not only to your spouse, but to all the watching eyes in your little corner of the world? Rather than fighting in our marriage, we'll discover how to fight for our marriage. Instead of resigning as a wife, we can re-sign our commitment to be all in. Are you ready to commit? Now, we're all going to sign this. We want you to sign it as well.
Karen, I just love that. That is so inspiring. And I think about, when you think about keep showing up for your marriage, I think about all the things in my life that I keep showing up for. So, for example, those of you, Melissa, you know, every night, where do I go?
I see you running out the door from work to get to Pilates
it's not
on
because I
time.
want to. I just keep showing up for it because it's the thing to do. It's healthy for me. I think about even in my relationship with God. Sometimes it's hard if he seems silent to you, but you keep showing up and you take that journey. And so some of you might be in a different season of your marriage. Some of you might saying, I can't wait to re-sign for my marriage. And some of you might be going through a harder season. And so one of the things for me, you might hear that I've been married 30 years and you think, oh, piece of cake, right? Well, 29 years ago, which was in my first year of marriage, glory to God, my husband became sober. But the interesting thing, and that's a huge victory.
That's a great thing,
but then we spent 29 years getting to know each other because I really didn't know who he was.
Because the person you dated and married
are
was
two
much
different
different.
people.
Yes.
And so for that whole time that we've been showing up for one another and learning to dance together. So if that's you, just keep showing up for yourself and trust God to work through it.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Lisa. That is so helpful. What I love about signing something is it gives me like a visual reminder or like a date and a place that I've made a decision. And today I'm like drawing a line in the sand and I'm going to say, okay, maybe I didn't show up yesterday. That's okay. I'm showing up today and I'm going to sign this pledge. So ladies, get your pledges out, okay? We have our pens because we're going to sign them and we want you to sign them too. So let me just ask you, do you promise that you're going to sign this pledge and do your best with God's help to show up every day during this study for your marriage?
I do.
I do.
Good, perfect. All right, everybody, let's sign these pledges. All right, and the date. Okay, so we did it.
I feel more empowered already.
Right? But you know, the first step is signing your signature. Now the work starts, right?
Yes.
Now the intentionality begins. Yes. Well, before we go today, we have a few things that we want to remind everyone about. First of all, as a resource we have for you to help you in this study, we have a week at a glance, and it's in today's blog. Every Monday, you will get the week at a glance. If you ever forget, what am I supposed to do in Bible study? What chapter are we reading? Everything is in that week at a glance. So I would print it, put it somewhere where you can find it and look at it a lot to help you as you go through Bible study. And also this week, we have our first of 3 video teachings from Karen Eamon. And Karen, we are so looking forward to that. You're going to wrap up this week for us with a teaching. Can't wait for that. And next for you all, you're our community here in Online Bible Study. We need you in this Bible study. We're not here just to do it and even just to lead you through it. We want to do it together, so we want to hear from you. So as you read the blog or as you see some post maybe on social media from Online Bible Studies and there's a question, add your comment, add your perspective. We want to hear from you. Add your encouragement. If you notice someone in the comment section who maybe is struggling or hurting, send them a prayer or pray for them right there below their comment or let them know that you can relate. That is what makes, I think, our Online Bible Study so special is the community.
For sure.
All right, and lastly, before we go, ladies, as you read through Keep Showing Up, you are going to see God's Word from start to finish. Because, Karen, as you know, and as we have learned and are learning, that truly marriage might be made up of 2, but it's actually 3. It's us and the Lord. And what He has to say in His Word can help us far greater than anything else, any marriage advice that we could ever get or give. And here at Proverbs 31, we believe that in this book is the truth. And we have a saying around here, and you all will know it by the time this study is over because we say it a lot. When you know the truth and live the truth, it changes everything. All right, everybody, thanks for joining us. You guys keep showing up and have a great week.